Every single day, millions of people wake up with a dream in their heart, but by the time the sun sets, that dream is already slipping away. They tell themselves, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll try harder. But tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next year. And before they know it, their life is overrun with regret. And the scary truth? Most people never even realize when they stop fighting for their dreams. It doesn't happen in one big moment. It happens quietly. A skipped day here, a broken promise there. Slowly, they begin to accept average. They begin to believe the lie that maybe their dream wasn't meant for them. That maybe greatness belongs to others, but not to them. But here's what I want you to understand right now. Greatness doesn't belong to a chosen few. It belongs to those who choose it. Every single legend you admire was once just an ordinary person who decided they would not quit. Think about it. Steve Jobs was fired from the very company he built. Elon Musk nearly lost Tesla and SpaceX at the same time. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was accepted. These people weren't handed success. They bled for it. They suffered for it. And most importantly, they refused to stop. But here's where almost everyone else goes wrong. They think success should be quick. They think one attempt should be enough. And when it doesn't work out immediately, they give up. That's why 99% of people never make it. Not because they couldn't, but because they chose not to continue. So the question is, will you be part of the 99%, or will you rise into the 1%? Now I need you to really imagine this. Picture yourself on your deathbed years from now. You're looking back at your life. Do you want to remember the risks you never took? The dreams you left on the shelf? Or do you want to look back and say, I gave it everything. I refused to quit. I lived my purpose. That's the choice you're making right now. It's not about tomorrow. It's not about someday. It's about this exact moment. See, most people don't fail because they never had talent. They fail because they let fear and comfort control their decisions. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams. It whispers, stay in bed. Take the easy path. Don't push yourself. And slowly, without realizing, people give up everything they ever wanted in exchange for nothing. But you're still here, listening to this voice. And that means you're not like them. You have something burning inside you, even if it's small right now. You wouldn't still be here if you didn't want more. And if you want more, you have to understand this. Success is not one giant leap. It is the result of small, daily choices. Waking up when you don't feel like it. Working when no one is clapping. Staying consistent when no one is watching. These are the moments that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. Think of a seed planted in the ground. For weeks, maybe months, you water it, you take care of it, and nothing seems to happen. No leaves, no stem, no sign of life. Most people stop watering. They assume nothing is happening. But deep beneath the soil, the roots are growing strong. And one day, when you least expect it, the seed breaks through. That's what success is like. The roots grow long before the world sees the results. Most people stop watering their dream too soon. But not you. If you decide today, right now, that you will keep watering, keep grinding, keep showing up, eventually the breakthrough will come. But here's the twist. The journey will not get easier. The road will test you. It will break you. It will demand everything you have. You will fail again and again. You will hear voices telling you to stop, voices telling you it's impossible. But understand this. Every failure, every rejection, every setback is not the end. It's the training ground. It's preparing you to be unstoppable. You can't become great without struggle. You can't become strong without resistance. The pain you feel is not punishment. It's preparation. So when it hurts, don't quit. When it feels impossible, don't quit. Because those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that separate you from the 99% who settle. You have to decide what story you will tell. Will you be the one who almost made it? Or the one who pushed until they did? Will you be the one who talks about what could have been, or the one who lives it? And make no mistake, this decision cannot wait. Every day you delay is a day stolen from your destiny. Every excuse is a brick in the wall between you and your dream. And that wall will only grow taller if you don't start breaking it down today. The truth is simple. If you want to live an average life, you don't have to do anything. Just keep doing what everyone else is doing. Procrastinate, make excuses, quit when it gets hard. But if you want to live a life most people can only dream of, then you must be willing to do what most people won't. That means getting up when you're tired. That means facing fear instead of running from it. That means sacrificing comfort for growth. And listen, I know it's not easy. I know the weight of doubt. I know the sting of failure. I know the loneliness of the grind. But I also know the power of persistence. I know the taste of victory that only comes when you've refused to surrender. And I promise you this. If you refuse to quit, if you refuse to back down, if you keep moving no matter what, your time will come. So here's my challenge to you. Commit right now. Say to yourself, I will not quit. I will not stop. I will not waste my life being average. Because if you do, everything can change. Not next year. Not next month. Today. This is the beginning of your story, and the world is waiting to see how far you'll go. You have to understand something important. The world doesn't stop you with chains, it stops you with comfort. Comfort is the invisible prison that 99% of people never escape from. It convinces you that playing safe is the smart thing to do. It whispers that trying is risky, that dreaming is dangerous, that failure is embarrassing. And so, slowly, people lock themselves inside a life that is smaller than the one they were meant for. But here's the truth. The 1% know that comfort is the enemy. They know that every time you choose comfort, you are giving up strength. Every time you avoid the challenge, you are letting your potential die just a little bit more. Think of a butterfly inside its cocoon. Do you know why it struggles so much to break free? Because that struggle is what forces blood into its wings, making them strong enough to fly. If you cut the cocoon and make it easy, the butterfly never flies. It dies weak. That's exactly what comfort does to you. It keeps you soft, weak, and grounded. But struggle gives you wings. Now, here's where the suspense begins, because struggle will trick you. It will make you believe it's the end when it's really the beginning. You'll face nights when you feel like you're wasting your time. You'll have moments where no one supports you, no one believes in you, and even you start to doubt yourself. But hear me, that's the exact moment when most people quit. That's the exact moment that separates the 99% from the 1%. So what will you do in that moment? Will you walk away like everyone else? Or will you rise, like the few who changed their lives forever? Understand this. Greatness doesn't come from easy days. It comes from nights when you cried yourself to sleep, but got up anyway. It comes from mornings when you were exhausted, but kept moving. It comes from a decision that says, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how hard it gets. I refuse to stop. That's the mindset of champions. Look at history. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, but he didn't let bitterness win. He came out stronger and changed a nation. Oprah Winfrey was told she didn't belong on television, yet she built one of the most powerful media empires in the world. These stories aren't fairy tales. They are reminders that the world will try to break you, but only you can decide if it succeeds. And let me tell you something else, people will doubt you. They will laugh at your ideas. They will call you crazy. They will say you're wasting your time. But that's how it always is. The crowd has never understood the visionary. The 99% have never understood the 1%. So when they laugh, when they mock, when they doubt, let it fuel you. Let every word become gasoline to your fire. Because one day, the same people who laughed will applaud. One day, the same people who doubted will say, I always knew you could do it. But by then, you won't care. Because you'll know you didn't do it for them. You did it for yourself. And let's not pretend this will be easy. There will be moments when you feel alone, when your mind tells you to stop, when everything inside you wants to quit. But listen to me. Pain is temporary, quitting is forever. Pain will pass, but regret will haunt you until your last breath. Which one will you choose? See, the 99% believe that talent is what makes you succeed. But the truth is, talent is overrated. The world is full of talented people who never went anywhere. Why? Because they relied on talent instead of effort. The 1% know that effort beats talent every single day when talent refuses to work. And here's the suspense you don't expect. You already have what it takes. You already have the power inside you. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect conditions. You don't need to wait. You just need to decide. The moment you decide to commit, really commit, is the moment your life begins to transform. Think about the people you admire. They aren't superhuman. They felt fear. They faced rejection. They went through pain. The only difference is they didn't stop. That's the choice in front of you right now. And I want you to imagine again. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. But this time, imagine you quit. Imagine you gave up when it got hard. What does that life look like? The same routine, the same complaints, the same excuses. That's the life of the 99%. Now imagine instead you kept going. You didn't quit. You kept pushing through the storms. 5 years from now, you've built something you're proud of. You've become someone unrecognizable compared to who you are today. Which life do you want? Every second that passes is a step toward one of those two lives. You cannot stand still. You are either getting closer to your dream or further away. So what are you waiting for? There is no perfect time. There is no magic moment. There is only now. And now is enough. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to move forward in spite of fear. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep improving. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to keep asking the right questions. This is your reminder. You are capable of more than you can imagine. You are stronger than your fear, tougher than your doubt, and braver than your excuses. But only if you decide to prove it. So the next time you feel like giving up, I want you to remember this. The pain you feel today will become the strength you use tomorrow. The struggle you face today will become the story that inspires others tomorrow. The choice you make today will determine who you are tomorrow. Don't give up. Don't stop. Don't let your dream die, because you are closer than you think. And if you keep going, the day will come when you look back and say, I made it. I did what they said I couldn't do. And that day will be worth every second of the fight. Every great journey has a breaking point. A moment where the weight feels too heavy, the road feels too long, and the dream feels too far away. And it's at this breaking point that most people walk away. This is why the world is filled with people who almost made it, who almost succeeded, who almost lived the life they wanted. But history doesn't remember those who almost did it. History remembers those who refused to quit. And here's the truth you must burn into your mind. Your breaking point is not the end. It is the beginning of your transformation. When you feel like you've given everything and there's nothing left, that's when you find out who you really are. That's when you discover the power inside you that was sleeping all along. The 99% see obstacles and turn around. The 1% see obstacles and climb higher. The 99% feel fear and freeze. The 1% feel fear and move anyway. The 99% see failure and give up. The 1% see failure and say, good. Now I know another way that doesn't work. I'm closer than ever. And the truth is, you don't rise by avoiding failure. You rise by surviving it. Every scar you earn, every mistake you make, every time you fall and get back up, you're becoming unbreakable. Think of a sword. It doesn't become sharp and strong by sitting in a box. It becomes sharp by being hammered, burned, and refined in fire. That's what life is doing to you. Every struggle is fire. Every challenge is the hammer. Every setback is shaping you into the weapon you were meant to be. Don't run from the fire. Step into it and let it forge you. And I want you to realize something powerful. You are already further than most people because you're still here. The fact that you've listened this long proves you have the focus, the hunger, the drive that the 99% lack. You have already separated yourself from the crowd. The only question now is, will you finish the journey? Because the hardest part of success isn't starting. Anyone can start. The hardest part is continuing when the excitement fades, when no one is watching, when progress feels invisible. That's when the real test begins. And when you pass that test, you become unstoppable. You no longer need motivation because you've built discipline. You no longer fear failure because you've faced it and survived. You no longer seek approval because you've proven to yourself that you can rise without it. That's when you step into the 1%. But let me remind you, time is not waiting for you. Every day you hesitate is a day lost forever. Every day you choose comfort over growth, the dream slips further away. And there will come a day when it's too late. A day when the someday you kept waiting for is gone. Don't let that day arrive. Don't waste your life saying, "I'll do it tomorrow." Don't waste your potential living someone else's dream. Don't waste the fire inside you by hiding it. Because once your time is gone, it's gone forever. And imagine how heavy regret will feel. Imagine being at the end of your life, looking back and realizing you traded greatness for excuses. That pain will be worse than any struggle you face today. But imagine instead looking back and saying, "I gave it everything. I didn't quit. I became who I was meant to be." That is a life worth living. That is the life of the 1%. So here's the choice. Right now, in this very moment, you decide who you are. Are you someone who almost lived their dream? Or are you someone who did? Are you someone who quit when it got hard? Or are you someone who fought until they won? The world doesn't need more quitters. It doesn't need more people living half-lives. The world needs people like you. People willing to rise, to fight, to sacrifice, to inspire. You are not here by accident. You are here because something inside you knows you were built for more. So don't wait. Don't stop. Don't quit. Keep moving. Keep fighting. Keep rising. Because every step you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to the life you were born to live. But here's the lesson that most people ignore. Greatness doesn't come in one giant leap. It comes in thousands of small, consistent steps. You don't climb a mountain by jumping to the top. You climb it by taking one step, and then another, and another, even when your legs burn, even when the air gets thin, even when every voice in your head tells you to turn back. And that's what separates those who reach the top from those who quit halfway. Every day you have a choice to go back to comfort, or a choice to push forward into growth. And the truth is, growth never feels comfortable. It stretches you, it tests you, it breaks you down so you can be rebuilt stronger. That's why so few people choose it. But the ones who do, those are the people the world remembers. If you ever doubt that one step matters, think of this. A tiny drop of water doesn't seem like much. But drop by drop, it can carve through solid rock. That's what your daily actions are doing. They are carving your future, shaping your destiny, creating a path, something that wants to rise. Carry that spark with you into tomorrow, and the next day, and every day after. Protect it, feed it, guard it, because the world will try to put it out. People will doubt you. They will laugh. They will call you unrealistic, too ambitious, too obsessed. But remember this. No one who ever changed the world was called realistic at the beginning. They were called crazy. They were called dreamers. They were called foolish. Until they proved everyone wrong. And you, yes, you, have that same fire. Don't you dare let it go out. Before you leave this video, I want you to make a decision. A real one. Not just a thought. Not just a wish. A decision that will define who you are. If you're ready to rise above the 99%, if you're ready to fight for your dream, then show it. Don't just feel motivated for a moment. Declare it. Say it out loud. Write it down. Comment below right now. I choose the 1%. Let the world see your commitment. But more importantly, let yourself see it. Let this be the moment you look back on one day and say, "That's when everything changed." And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, Greatest Lane, because here, we don't settle for average. Here, we rise together. Here, we push, we fight, we refuse to quit. And if you want to stay on that path, you need to stay connected. Every video, every word, every message here is fuel for your journey. And trust me, there will be days when you'll need that fuel. Days when you feel empty. when the fire is dim, when quitting seems easier than continuing. That's why this community exists, to remind you that you are not alone, that others are walking the same path, that you have what it takes to keep going. This is your time, your moment, your life. Don't waste it. Don't let it slip away. Don't let fear steal it. Don't let doubt steal it. Don't let comfort steal it. Take it. Own it. Live it. Because the truth is, most people quit. Most people settle. Most people bury their dreams because they are afraid of failing. But you're not most people. You're still here. You're still listening. And that means you have already proven that you are different. That means you have already separated yourself from the crowd. That means you are already walking the road of the 1%. And here's the final lesson I'll leave you with. The world will give you back exactly what you demand of it. If you demand nothing, you'll get nothing. If you demand average, you'll get average. But if you demand greatness, if you demand success, if you demand the life you know you deserve, the world has no choice but to give it to you. So demand it. Demand more of yourself. Demand more of your life. Demand the best. Because one day, when the lights go out and your story is finished, the only question that will matter is this: did you live fully, or did you settle? And I promise you, the pain of regret is far heavier than the pain of hard work. So rise. Fight. Refuse to quit. Be relentless. Be unstoppable. Be the 1 in 100 who doesn't just dream, but does. This is not the end of your journey. It's the beginning of a new chapter. And as you walk into it, remember this: you are not alone. You are part of something bigger. You are part of the 1%. And I'll see you at the top.